Species. Sure it is. Straighten up over there.
You're gonna be my door.
This is what it is.
Yeah, some of them see something else, but I want to protect these pockets.
Battery's
Right there,
gone.
brother. Hold your regulator in your hand until he tells you to clip it. And put your other hand for you Scott guys, put it up on the reset button. Just get in the habit when you start, just give it a click. Remember, don't get up to run out because these doors look right above you. See these doors? Guys, look above you. These doors right here are going to be closed. You're in the front, you're going to run out, especially if you're taller than me or Tom. You're going to hit your head and get knocked out, alright? Have fun. Take the ride.
Keep all hands and feet inside the ride while moving.
Take a path, fellas.
in order to try and drag them out of the building. Why? Remember the fire triangle piece. We have painted the picture that the one fire triangle was equal on all sides. The reality of it is, what about my heat side? Heat side of my fire triangles, there's a lot of heat there. No, right? No heat or low heat, oxygen. Relatively right, 21%. Yeah. Remember, this is the fuel we're referring to right here. Not so much what the contact happens to be. So the fuel side is relatively short. Now, if we look on the top of our head, you'll notice that on this side of the container it seems to be moving a whole lot quicker than what it is on this side of the container. Why is that? Why is it moving faster on this side than it is on this side?
The car's on this side.
This is where the barrel's at. Remember, temperature equals pressure. So it's actually warmer over here than what it is over here. Now, if I had one more closed up, what we would see is we would see it trying to travel to this barrel over here. That is the type of least resistance. So you're starting to notice the turbulence is still not in here. You can predict when a flashover is going to occur by looking at this graph. Literally, if I were to cut the top of the burn cable off and look down, as I can see that drum, and there would be a cylinder that was burning very, very clear right around that. Okay, so we're coming across the top. Let's close it up. Close up my door. Watch what happens to this thing. It's going to get stuck right back into the container. Check the passes, guys. Okay, so, remember, I said in the classroom that smoke almost always travels from the scene of the fire to the exit. Almost. That's the qualifying word here. Guess what? It needs some oxygen in order to survive, so it ends up eating its own. Let's go ahead and rotate. Front left, you're going to the right rear. Right front, you're going to the left rear. Actually, let's do our arm check first. If you're okay, just put your arm out in front of you. All good. Got everything? Yep. Okay. So we'll move on to the next. And put your arms down. Okay. Yep, put your arms down. Sorry about that. Look at where the smoke wire is at. Maybe you can see it's being white. Maybe you can't, but it's actually about 2 inches off the floor. So if we were up on the fire floor itself, up in the burn chamber, visibility would pretty much suck. Is this fire surviving the event of Jackson Cover? Is it? Not real likely. Again, because the smoke is back down as far as the So right now, what do you think's occurring? Pyrolysis happening? Yeah, anytime we have heat, pyrolysis is going to occur. The amount or rate at which it occurs is directly proportional to the amount of heat that's there. We're probably in the neighborhood of 130 to 140 degrees inside of that burn chamber. What is it, Tom? 120. 120, that was close, okay? And literally, if we sat here long enough, this thing would almost go out, provided we didn't give it any more air than what it's on to get. Okay, so doesn't it make a little bit of sense that as long as the house is closed up tight, the production of CO is going to be there, and we can get it to a point where it potentially becomes a backdraft. But in this case, it's actually getting enough fresh air. There are holes in the container at the very back where the hose line comes through the door. It's probably getting enough fresh air, but it isn't going to get to a point where it's super tight. Okay, so we're going to do a little hose line management. And I want the left door open 6 inches, please. So what this simulates is that we learned a little bit about door control, and somebody told us, hey, if you limit the amount of oxygen that's getting to the scene of the fire, the flashover is not going to be nearly as spectacular, simply because it can only grow at the rate at which we give it the oxygen to grow by. Now, if I look back, I can see some natural light coming in. What I've heard is in the burn chamber is I hear it starting to combust. Starting to see what appears to be an orange glow. More of an orange glow. Starting to pick up intensity, guys. Did anybody notice what just happened to my voice? Seemed to get a little bit clearer?
Yeah.
That's all about the carbon that's in there. That carbon is actually acting as part of a sound deadening device. I found kind of interesting. Okay, so this thing is starting to take off. It's going to flash. We know that, and hopefully we have a hose line in position. This is really about coordinated ventilation, coordinated fire attack. We throw the doors wide open, it's going to be spectacular. Even if we're doing the right thing, it's still going to flash over us. Okay, so now it's coming across the fence. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Close me up, close up my door. Watch what happens in the air. Bring back into the container. Okay, everybody got a hold of the door. Yep. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do this. Did you feel that the door? Yeah. Might have been giant, might have been pretty steep. That was just a whole disruption of the atmosphere. Okay, so let's rotate. Front left, right now, right front left, please.
Got it.
Once the rotations happen, if you put your arm out the way, come if you tap my arm. All good. Okay, we're all good. So here's what I want to do. We're going to count to 5, and I want everybody to double tap your pass. We're going to hold our breath and we're going to see what's happening. Or listen to what's happening. 1, 2, 3. Guys at the front, what's going on? Do we have combustion up there? Yeah. Is it flaming or non-flaming? Most likely it's non-flaming, but we can't tell that. Remember, there's lots of stuff that's happening overhead that we can't see. It comes back into the whole smoke piece. We may not be able to find the scene of the fire based on what the smoke is doing, but we may be able to find the scene of the fire based on what the fresh air is doing. So combustion is occurring, albeit it's probably relatively slow. It's still stirring. Where are we at? About 135? Yes. I've never done this before. Okay, so 135 is good, guys. It's one of those things that's not going to go any harder, as long as it isn't getting any fresh air. If it's getting fresh air, it's going to do whatever it wants to do. An awful lot like the human body. So this starts out, it's kind of like the example we use in the classroom. If you walk around the building, you might be a little stressed, you may not be stressed based on what your physical activity is during the day. So you may not need a lot of oxygen really to survive. You're not going to take those deep breaths. But if I make you run around the building several times, your oxygen requirements are going to change a little, and in some cases an awful lot. So let's make the assumption that as the engine crew, we show up at that incident. Okay? And let's open the right hand door wide open. Right hand door wide open. We don't have enough of a crew to hold my management, your door control, so we've done this. We open this thing up. I can now start to hear flaming combustion. Okay, so the trucks were thinking they did me a favor, decided to crash out the doors and windows. Left door wide open as well. Left door wide open as well. Now it's roughly getting on the end of it means. I can start to see it. There's fingers that are coming across the top of my head. I'm going to start to burn a little flame. Product is necessarily stored directly at the fire for a long period of time. Okay, so here's things across their head. Close up. Guys, pay attention to this section right here. Start up and slow. Okay, I'm going to hit this button. Start the feeling moisture in the air. Yeah, it's it. Okay? The fire's actually we probably just knocked the crap out of it. Because if you look at what the temperature was at a flashover, we probably reduced it by 75 to 80%. Meaning that we took it from 900 degrees, and it might be down to 150 to 200 degrees. Not too much of a problem. Okay, so what's happening overhead? Okay, that's that neutral plane that we talked about. Let's go ahead and rotate. On it? Yep. If you like that, you can just go out for you. All good. What's that? Come on, you slow. Come on, step. We're fortunate because we're below floor level. That step gauge that I made mention of, that indicates 6 inches in each increment. So we were seeing it down to somewhere between the 12 and the 18-inch mark. If I was a firefighter, I recognize that I'm in flashover condition. I roll over on my belly. I'm still going to have fire that's working off the back of my cylinder. 12 inches is about representative of what young cucumbers with no breathing apparatus would experience if a flashover condition. Guess what? There is nothing below about 3 foot as far as material. RSP is 3 feet and above. Okay, so what happens when burning? We're burning in that instant. Just the fire gases that RSP is giving out. Imagine what would happen if we put propane down. Imagine what would happen is if I took a bundle of set newspapers and put up there. I'm going to try that. I'm going to see if I can steal a set of those and find out what exactly that does. That'll be an interesting experience on the left. Okay, well, magazines, what do they do? when this thing flashes over. That'll be pretty interesting. This thing is still growing even though we really haven't done anything. We knocked the snot out of it.